God. Come and learn about Him. Here's the Bible with Pastor Adam.
Oh, good day to you all. Welcome. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to some Bible reading with me. We are in the book of Genesis still. Yep, Genesis. Remember, we've been reading about Jacob and his family. The last couple weeks have been about him and his brother Esau, their issues that they had and that they resolved. We are in Genesis chapter 35 today, so we're still going to be learning about Jacob and things that he's going through and God's plan for Jacob. So here we go. This is Genesis chapter 35. Jacob and his family were living in a place called Shechem, in the land of Canaan. Then God spoke to Jacob. He told him to go back to Bethel. This was the place where God had first appeared to Jacob. You might have remembered hearing about that place before. Jacob took his family back to Bethel, just as God had commanded. And there he built an altar to honor God. Remember, an altar is a place of sacrifice or worship. You might have heard me talking about that before. It could be a simple pile of stones, or it could be a real elaborate, detailed table built by the Israelites, built by the Jews, as it was back when Moses was leading them. But an altar is a place of sacrifice or worship to God. Again, God blessed the son of Isaac and the grandson of Abraham. And he said, "Your name is Jacob, but today I give you a new name. Your name will be Israel. You will be the first of a great nation." And God also said, "The land I give to Abraham and Isaac, I also give to you, and I will give this land to your descendants after you." So Jacob set up a stone pillar at the place where God had spoke to him again, and then he took his family and moved on from Bethel. I like this story because despite everything that we've seen and heard Jacob go through, and the struggles that he had, and everything that we've been reading up till now, God is still faithful to what he said he would do. Remember, a long time ago with Jacob's grandpa, Abraham, he told Abraham, he made a covenant, a promise to Abraham, that Abraham would inherit very much. He would inherit a very prosperous land, and a great nation of people would come after him. Remember, God said that his numbers, his descendants would be as many as the stars in the sky. And so here we are with his grandson, Jacob. And despite everything this family has gone through and the ways that they have maybe tested God's patience and just been in struggles and disputes with each other, God still decides, yep, I'm going to remain faithful to my promise. What's interesting is just before this chapter, in chapter 34 of Genesis, there's a really intense story of something that happened to one of Jacob's daughters, and his sons decided that they wanted to take justice and revenge into their own hands. And a lot of the time, that's not what God wants us to do. And Jacob is disappointed at his sons for the way they reacted to that situation and the way they, sought to take matters into their own hands. Despite everything, though, that this family is going through and the ways that they're testing God, God is faithful. And we can trust in that, and we can rely on that because of stories like this that we see in Genesis chapter 35. So, Genesis 35, Jacob gets a new name, and his name is Israel. If you got it, good. His new name is Israel, and he will be the first of a great nation. So, very important chapter in the book of Genesis and in the Bible. Next week, we're going to learn about Jacob's sons. One very important son that he had named Joseph. But until then, I'll see you guys. Have a good day.